AfterBuzz TV, starting place to the likes of WWE female superstars Kathy Kelly, Sonya Deville, and Zelina Vega proudly presents Women's Wrestling Weekly, the world's first podcast and YouTube series dedicated exclusively to women's wrestling, featuring all the latest news as well as interviews with top superstars in the industry. And now, AfterBuzz TV's own gorgeous lady of wrestling, TK Trinidad.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and joining me every week, Evan T. Mack, America's chocolate sweetheart.
Yeah, what's going on, TK?
How you doing?
I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Coming off this thing I had, you know what I mean? Like some kind of virus thing that was going on.
Kind of took you out for a little bit.
Yeah, when you go back home, man, and the humidity and the temperature changes in Pennsylvania in the fall, and there's like people coughing and you get sick. That's what happens, man.
Okay, yeah, because you were taking moments to respond to my text messages. He usually takes a moment, but he was taking like a X-Pac moment.
Girl,
which is
I was like
a week.
Girl, I was like underneath the apartment, like just hiding out.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're better because if I got a text this morning saying I can't come, I think I might have had a stroke. So appreciate it.
I'm here.
Today we have an amazing show.
Yeah.
We have WPW Star of the Week. We also going to do some news stories, but we have nothing but amazing guests, and today is no exception. She is a model, actress, former WWE and TNA superstar, and vampire to God. Please welcome Shelly Martinez.
You know, I appreciate you threw in that last little bit.
I mean, if you put it in your social, that means it's important to you.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
because
I am a vampire. Before WWE, during WWE, after. But I like to throw it out there that there's a rare breed, and it's those vampires for God. Yes, thank you.
Boom. Like I said, because as you guys know, I claim Canada, aka the Caribbean, a billion times. So whatever you put in your bio, that's closest to them.
Absolutely.
So
That's so true.
I read the bios. We got you. But before we get into everything you have to tell us, because it's gonna be juicy, y'all. Let's hit the news real quick.
Yeah, totally. Before we delve into it, man, I just want to talk about the Women's of Wrestling premiere on Access TV in January, and we got like friends of the show that is going to be on, Kyria Hogan, Sarah the Rebel, Lana Starr, Katrina Waters, and Miss Dagger. Shout out to Jeannie Buss for putting it on. Listen, 2 good moves this woman has done in the future. Listen, is getting LeBron James and putting on this women's show.
Boom.
So shout out to Miss Buss. Stop playing, girl. Come on, sit right down here. Talk to me, Miss TK. We got a whole thing to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot.
I just want to be near you so I can just smell the essence of LeBron James.
Now she's probably not gonna come.
Yeah, she ain't coming now.
It's a little creepy.
I killed it, man.
Yeah, just went over. So it's debuting January 18th. However, if you are going to WOW today and or tomorrow, myself and Evan, or one version of us our team, will be there. And also former host of the show, Sarah the Rebel, is going to be there both days, so you can see her doing her thing as well. So definitely check that out.
Be awesome. Yeah, I think I'll be there Thursday. I'm gonna try to make it tonight, but I'll definitely be there Thursday.
Yeah,
so.
I'll definitely be there today. I have a red carpet tomorrow with Steve Harvey, so if I can see if I can get away with
That's
that.
gonna be dope.
For that, and then make it
Oh,
tomorrow.
I've seen that. It's like a foundation thing?
Yeah.
it's gonna be cool.
I have some questions for him too. So let's hit that bell, Tony.
Why is your mustache so strong? Oh man, Miss Chelsea Green signed to WWE. A lot of people think this is a long time coming, long overdue. Zack Ryder, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we trying to break some news.
Well, hey, you broke the news to me. Here's the thing, if I can say something.
Yeah,
here.
please.
I've never met her, but I feel she's my long lost BFF,
Okay.
and like we're like social media friends, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
That good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was spotted at the Performance Center a few months ago. So, and then her boyfriend is Zack Ryder, who is signed to WWE, but we barely see him.
Yeah, we are. That's been dead for. They've been.
So, however,
poor guy.
If she does come on, that might they have the mixed match challenge that they can do next year whenever that pops up again. That might be a good thing. And then also too, it might make way of more intergender matches in like SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah, and I hope the thing about it is maybe it could be one of those things where she could, who knows, if they play up the relationship, maybe that could bring
The valet.
Zack Ryder back. Maybe he could be her valet. I don't let's switch it up. You know what I mean? Women been men's valet for years. So
that would be awesome. Yeah.
Switch it around.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah. Man. Well, listen. New matches officially set for Women's Evolution. Things are shaping up. The card's shaping up. It should be very interesting. I'm sure the show is going to sell out. We got, Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. What's the eye roll, man? I done told you when I mentioned Nikki Bella's name. I done told you.
You rolled your eyes. Why?
Yeah. As soon as I say, listen, I done told you to stop besmirching the name of Nikki Bella. That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm letting Evan. Are you done? Are you done teasing?
My tease is over. Right. Go ahead and say what you gonna say about my girl.
So I love the Bellas. Don't get me wrong. However,
so you don't see there again. It's the caveat.
However, you know how I feel about Ronda Rousey and her getting the belt.
Super fast.
Yeah, totally too fast. And then also how the storyline with the Bellas, how they came back. One, we don't know how long they're going to be there for, so that's one issue of mine because there's plenty of other women in the locker room, like I referred to before with Chelsea Green, that could do some great storylines. I understand why they're doing it. However, it's just one of those things. I just don't like how the storyline, like as a person, maybe because I can read people well, I saw that, or maybe they're just trying to do it for people who can read people. I saw when they're trying to befriend Ronda that it was totally a BS thing and they were eventually going to turn on them. And I hate storylines where you can see it coming. Mm-hmm. So there was that. I rather them, because they're the Bellas, because they have all this stuff, I rather them be like, oh, well, you think you're the ish, but now we're back and we're coming for the belt. Or, I'm going to come for the belt. Like, John Cena was dead weight. Like, I've been in the gym, like all that stuff. I would rather taken that than, oh, let's be your friend. And then how she sold it, like, she didn't even wait till she fully turned around and got on a camera level, if she fully turned around and the camera could have panned into her face and see the smile turn into like, bitch, it's on, that would have been... But instead, all you see is a wide shot, and then her hit Ronda.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. They've been doing so much. They haven't had time to build Plus, they don't take a lot of time building with the lady stuff, man. Unless it's a group or a pair that they like to build.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they'll build it for a while, like the Becky Lynch and Charlotte thing's been building pretty well. Like, that feels like old school wrestling.
Well, they're wrestling it for Evolution.
Yeah, but they've been building that for like weeks, and then they fight and they do it again. And like, they take a whole lot of time with that one.
Well, the Becky and Charlotte thing I like. But they announced Evolution a while ago, and they have Mae Young going. They could have tied that in. They have Trish in, which they tied in Raw. Raw was really good this week. However, I feel like they were really playing up Australia. Now they're playing Saudi Arabia, and Evolution's somewhere in the middle. So
also so Kyrie versus Shayna Baszler. That's gonna be a nice little nugget. And then Trish Stratus and Lita versus Miss Bliss and Mickie James. I like that.
I like that pairing better than Trish and by herself with Alexa.
Yeah, and I think the ladies were like, you know what? Let's just do a tag match. We were talking about it on Raw, kind of saying like, we don't want to do 15-minute singles matches. Let's do a nice little tag match that might, you know what I mean? Let's little chill. We're just coming back for a while, chill, man.
I mean, it should be. It's just, the question is who's going to main event. I hope it's not going to be Nikki.
Yo, see what I'm saying there? That's that tone I'm talking about. That's the tone I be talking about when you're talking about my girl. Jazz to defend the NWA Women's title against Penelope Ford. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Penelope Ford. That's what I meant, Miss Martinez. But what do you know about Penelope? You know anything about her?
She is, or Women's Wrestling Weekly Instagram is following her, so I'm aware of her. She's in the zeitgeist. This should be a good match. I'm really excited about this because, you have Jazz, who, if you didn't watch season 2, episode 1 of the show, she was amazing. She talked about her belt. And then a couple weeks later, she announced that she had the fierce promo that she cut that we put on last week. I'm excited for this. But I'm also hoping that it's not going to be one of those situations where they're forcing her out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Jazz will get the best out of her, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
It'll be the match of her career, I'm sure. Because Jazz is she's a really good veteran.
Right.
And she does and she likes to mentor the younger girls.
Right.
And so it'll be one of her better matches.
Right.
I'm calling that already.
Yeah, I maybe because she's been on the show, you know how I feel about people who already come on the show. They're friends of the show. Mm-hmm. Like Ms. Martinez, you are officially a friend of the show. Maybe because she's been on the show and her passion and the story she told with her experience with WWE and how all that went down. I just hope it's not one of those things where it's like the match is amazing and then she has to like give up the belt. I feel like she needs to defend the belt a few more times before that happens.
She relinquishes the title.
So
How long has she been back for?
she's been doing promo. She's not been doing promos. She's been doing indies for a while.
Right.
And then it's kind of the big push since All In because they really concentrated on the men's NWA belt and nobody made mention of her because NWA, I think did they go under? I can't remember what the story is.
So.
But something went on with the belt and the belt was almost like not vacant, but she had the belt. She was the last one to have the belt.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So with All In, they made this big deal with the men's belt and there was no mention of Jazz or the women's belt
Of course
whatsoever.
not. Sorry.
So, timing is amazing. She just so had, I think a week after All In, she was on the show. She talked about it. She actually let us know that she was in talks as far as the match.
Crazy.
So yeah, it should be an amazing match. So we'll see.
She's an awesome person, just saying. In the land of fake and phonies, she's a good one.
Yeah, Jazz is the real deal.
She tells the truth. For
Yeah,
sure. Not like
yeah.
she's not that she doesn't tell the truth, but she's very like cut and dry.
Yes, and I love that.
Yes, I love that too.
Love that.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
That does wrap up the news, man. But let me segue on to this thing. I cut promos every now and again.
Okay. All right. Let's hear this. Evan's taking over the show now.
It's crazy, man. Listen, Hey After Buzz is our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there's no network that works harder to serve television fans, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that is tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you worry about those pesky notifications, TK, don't be, because they are optional. So hit that subscribe button now for the channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did in the comments and we'll thank you on air, like my man Johan Pena, Joseph Bosa. For now, thank you for being the best fans and helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. With that being said, DJ Tony Tone is a very serious thing I like to do.
Okay.
And it's very personal and near and dear to my heart, man.
Okay.
And every now and again, you just got to do some stuff, man. Just shake it up, you know what I mean? And we got to cue a random, out of control, spontaneous dance break, man. Was mandatory. And it's WPW law.
Oh, this is what we doing.
It's a new law.
New law.
Running this whole damn thing.
Yeah,
We've tasked him with more.
I'm gonna just put it in the rundown. Tony picks song. That's you. You're the DJ. I mean, that's what you've been called. Oh gosh, I love that. I mean, that our truth looks good, by the way. I mean, whatever he's doing.
He's one of them guys just keeps himself in shape, man.
Yeah.
Just a good. Have you ever met R-Truth before?
I haven't.
This dude it's like the nicest dude ever.
He has been keeping himself in shape, but it feels like he's taking like whatever.
Just like
extra.
I never.
He did something extra.
I never forget when I met him. I said, man, it's good messing with a brother, man. He said, you dark, man. I said, I'm dark. He said, but I'm like extra dark. I'm like super. He like mentioned how dark he was, so he's aware of his darkness.
That's
just to let you know.
That's good to know.
He's a classy dude. Though.
All right,
Ms.
Ms. Martinez. Question is, you retired in 2017.
Yes.
And you're going to be at WrestleCade in a few weeks.
Yes.
Tell us, so this is going to be your last wrestling appearance.
It sure is.
So tell us why.
Okay, it's funny because I just did a YouTube video on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shelly Martinez channel. And when I did the video, I was supposed to record it like a month ago because I told the people at WrestleCade that I had until September 1st and I would give them my answer if that was going to be my last wrestling appearance. So I had this whole idea of this like cute video I wanted to do. And, you know, I'm just one of those people that like I want to get it perfect. So it kept like more time. So part 2 of, I'm going to have it this week on my channel, is explaining it. But for the people here tuning in,
thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and give the exclusive here.
You actually, I saw part 1 and I was looking for part 2 and I'm like, where's part 2 at though?
Good, I did my job then.
Okay, yes.
Cliffhanger.
Yes. But before
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
there you go.
There you go.
And since I said I had a little something for you guys before I get into this exclusive, You know, I loved my time in WWE as Ariel, of course. And, you know, I said I was a vampire before, during, and after. And something I've always regretted is I was in a real bad mood after I got fired. And I sold everything, like, on eBay.
Oh, wow.
So after I stopped being in a bad mood so much, I really wanted this dress that I'd always wear when I was Ariel. And I just couldn't find it. I couldn't find the person who
Purchased it.
got it.
Wow.
And I was supposed to go to WrestleCon this year, and they, for whatever reason, took me off of it. But right before it, I found the outfit. So I
Wow.
said, I'm going to wear it to WrestleCade. It'll
Okay.
be awesome. But I thought, you know, you got to always take things out for a test drive.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh.
Are you getting all this, Tony?
Oh.
Let
No,
us-
she didn't.
Oh my.
I didn't see
All
this
right.
coming at all. I did not
So
see
now
this
we
coming.
have our
Okay, well there you go.
Interview.
Exclusive.
She plays no games.
right.
Well, thank you for debuting the
Appreciate
outfit
you.
on the show.
It's
Appreciate
the
it.
outfit, if you can remember, when I first came out, it's definitely the same outfit. But
That's
I guess they
incredible.
discontinued it,
Uh-huh.
so that's why it was so hard to find. But going back to why this is my last WrestleCade. So last November is when I retired from wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And when I thought, you know, maybe I'll still do conventions or whatever, I did a convention in January. And when I did that convention, again, I was very heartbroken over wrestling and how it just hurt my heart in a different way. And I saw about a year prior this video on YouTube. You guys remember Phil Donahue?
Yeah.
So it was Phil Donahue. He had a wrestler, a referee, a commentator, and Vince McMahon himself
Oh, wow.
on there. And they were talking to Vince, confronting him, saying, you know, that there's like the young guys that are there and like all this like controversy. So one of the wrestlers on there was, oh shoot, Orton. Barry or oh shoot, I forget his first name, but Orton, and
Not
he was
Randy?
Not Randy.
Okay.
Not Randy. I think he maybe his like uncle or something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, Randy's a kid, way young at
Yeah,
this
that's
time.
what I thought.
So I took it as a sign. I said, okay, I'm supposed to go and do this because this guy's going to be there. I want to ask him off record, like, especially because I'm a huge conspiracy person and that does not disclude wrestling. So when I got there, I was like, you know, what really made me want to do the signing is to talk to you. And he looked at me and he went, so you mean to tell me that you took this booking because of me? And I was like, and I just looked at him and I was like, well, yeah, at the end of the day. And he was like, I was like, I'd like to have a conversation with you. And he was just like, oh, well, and I just like, you know what? This is why I hate wrestling. This is why, because I wasn't trying to do something to be like, oh, have an exclusive myself and record him. No, for my peace of mind, because people for years have been saying that I'm crazy, I don't remember things right, or I'm exaggerating. So to hear other people talk about things that a lot of people don't talk about, I was just like, yes. So when that happened, I said, you know what? I'm so done. I'm done with this. And I said, okay, let's see if WrestleCon. And then some dramas happened because of things I was talking about, and all of a sudden I was off the show.
So what things were you talking about?
What were you must have said? You must have said something about it.
Somebody. And then also, sorry, before you continue, who was the person that you spoke to? Like you said you were going there to meet him. Who was that person?
That's the Orton guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
I want to say
Barry. There's Bob.
Barry, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cowboy Bob is Randy's dad.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
dad. So,
So, Barry.
And I'm not trying to like badmouth him or anything. It was just like, because everyone has their own thing. Maybe he was in a bad mood. I don't know. But it just reminded me of like when I'm at these conventions, like the fans like make it all worth it. All the drama I've gone through, the injustices, everything. It's like awesome, right? So like I'm like, cool. But I started to realize that going to them and seeing other people there that are very negative energy, it would affect me. And I'm a huge medicator. I am all about cannabis. And so after a while, I was just like, dude, I'm just going to be on an edible. Like, I'm just going to do this. And when I did that, I started to see everything. And I was just like, I just don't think this is good for my soul anymore. Like, I thought because it was signings, whatever, but all this stuff. And then on top of it, I'm a person, since I was a little girl, I've always loved like documentaries and stuff like that. So my mind works that way. That's why YouTube was a great thing for me. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about, But as much as people want to say that maybe I'm a bitch or I talk too much, the thing is that I really do care. Like a lot of these people I have issues with, it's because I really do like them and I really do care about them. But I want to talk about some things just to bring some things to light. And for women who are out there wrestling now, if they hear that Shelly Martinez is over there saying this and it's maybe something that they're dealing with, but they're too scared to talk about,
Right.
I want them to know, like, look, it's okay. And even if you don't say anything, just know you're not alone. And I felt like seeing these people at the conventions affect me too much. Like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. And I start to censor myself. And I know that my nature isn't of malice. So, like, I shouldn't have to censor myself. Maybe there's times where I've fought with, like, should I say this? Da, da, da. And then when I did, again, these women in wrestling, they're like, oh my God, thank you for saying that or whatever. And it's like, all right, bitches, it's on then. Like, because I'm all about the women. But, so, the thing I talked about that, like, I don't know, here's the thing. WrestleCon themselves told me that they had a table for me, that I was welcome to come, that they already had booked up everyone so they couldn't fly me in. And the reason why they contacted me because I was taken off. And I was like, okay, what happened? And they said, well, WrestleCon took our table away, so that was you. Well, I was wondering if it had anything to do with this interview I did with this gal that was involved in like ECW back in the day, because she was saying that Mick Foley had raped her when she was younger.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
What had happened, Vince Russo had tweeted like something about like, oh, there was a former WWE diva who got raped, blah, blah, blah. So I retweeted him and I said, well, I almost got raped. And I've talked about it before, but no one ever said anything. Like, I've totally tweeted about it, but until the Me Too thing happened, no one really paid like much mind to me saying anything. So for me, it was not this big, huge thing to say. It's like, dude, I've already said it. Like, Google it. So that's caused a thing because there's awareness. Fine. And somebody had told me, they were like, well, did you hear about Mick Foley? And I was like, wait, what? Because Mick was my friend. And I'm like, wait. And so I went and I looked online, and this chick is outside, Angel Amoruso. She's outside of one of his book signings, and she has like a thing saying he said, just rapes children, like da-da-da, this whole thing. So I wanted to know. And so I hit Mick up. I didn't hear anything back. I didn't say like, oh, hey, dude. I was just like, hey, what's up?
Right.
And then the girl, I was like, does anyone know where this chick is? And then somebody on Twitter was like, here's her handle. So I talked to her and I was like, well, can I interview you for my podcast? And she was like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so when I did that, Mick Foley and I are no longer friends.
Yeah, that would.
Wow.
Which was really disappointing because, like, I'm not saying this again to like dog on anyone, but it was really disappointing because the way I went about asking him what's up, I felt was like what a friend would do. Because like if somebody was to be like, oh, I heard this thing about Shelly, I would want them to come to me and say like, hey, what's up? I heard this. Versus make up their own assumption. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I hit him up and, it didn't go well. And I was just like, dude,
wait, so you hit him up and you guys actually spoke? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
After a while, after I interviewed her, he finally got back to me. And then I said, what's up? I was like, well, I interviewed this girl. And I honestly think, and he blocked me. And
that's a lot.
Was the interview up and live
not
after
yet.
he talked?
No,
okay.
no, it wasn't up and live. And that's the thing, too. He probably thought it was going to be way worse than it was. He probably thought I was going to be like, oh, this and that. No, I let gal
her talk and tell her story.
That's it. The listeners, hey, you guys know, the listeners can come to their own conclusions.
Right.
You're just here to say your thought, whatever. So around all that time that was happening, some fans were tweeting me. They're like, you're signing the same time like Mick Foley. Like, how's it going to be? And then before I knew it, I was taken off. And then before I knew it,
exactly
WrestleCon is contacting me saying, hey, look, we have a table for you. So it's like, it's this gossip that I guess I didn't hear about.
Oh, they definitely took you off to that.
And really, the only reason why I wanted to go is because I'm really good friends with Francine from ECW. And I wanted to see her. I haven't seen her in a long time. So enter WrestleCade. And I said, maybe this should just be my last one. And then again, it just went to one of those things where I was just like, I feel I can't fully be me if I'm still tied to wrestling. Like, if I'm going to document it, I'm going to talk about it. The only way I can do it without feeling like I have to censor myself is to be done with it. And then like these people, it's just toxic for me. And I'm not saying that's for everybody. It's
Right.
just in my life, that's how it is. And because I'm so vocal, and when I get hurt by people, I will confront them. And then that was another thing too that was draining me, because I'd confront people and they'd say, I have no problem. And I'm like, yes, you do. Like, I know you've said things.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you, because then you will know who told me. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's kind of like, it's just too much. I was
Just
like,
kinda over it.
Over it, man. Over it.
So what did Mick say? Like, what was the conversation between you two? Did he like deny it and then it's like,
How dare you?
yeah, was it like that, or what was the
No,
conversation?
the vibe of it was more like, I was like, look, I straight up said, what's up with Angel Amoroso?
Period.
And then he was like, oh, I feel sorry for her. She needs help mentally, da-da-da. Okay, cool. I said, well, I interviewed her, and she, like, said some things. Like, what do you have to say about that? And then he took a while, and he said, oh, is this for your podcast? You know what? I don't want to be associated. And he went this whole thing, and I thought, no, me, who I thought Shelly was your friend, is saying, well, what do you got to say about like what she told me? I didn't say what she said, but
Right.
it's just like, I thought in my head it was going to be like, okay, well, this is what happened, or this is what didn't happen, or this is what she's been doing. There was no explanation.
Right.
And then blocked me. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Okay, so
Do you
to play-
think do you think he did that?
To
did you
her,
block?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh damn.
So to
Yeah.
play devil's advocate, here's the thing. Especially, I told this line too, especially being a reporter or a journalist in the industry and having people in the industry. When it comes to certain things like that, I had a situation just like that where there was a person who was accused of something, and I chose not to. You have a choice. You either could be a journalist or you can be the person's friend. And if they talk, so that's maybe the reason why he got upset, because it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. Are you just calling me because of this or the podcast? I'm not speaking for him, but I'm speaking from experience. And you choose one or the other. So there's that. So maybe he just felt like you chose the journalist side of it, and he can no longer be your friend because whatever he says is possibly going to go on the podcast or whatever.
Right.
So that could be the reasoning behind it. Like,
Quite possibly.
you know,
And that's totally fair, and I get that. I guess where it hurt me is maybe this is my fault. I thought we were closer than that. And that's my problem in wrestling, period, is I have made connections with different people.
Yep.
And then when uncomfortable situations happen, and then all of a sudden no one's like getting back to me, talking to me or whatever, it's just because it's just disappointing, because it's just like, I thought we were closer than that. I
Right.
thought we were cooler than that based on experiences we had, conversations we had.
right.
So I get that. And the only reason why I chose to like jump on it so fast is I really took it as a sign. Like, I talked about the thing on Twitter about what almost happened to me.
Crazy.
No one says anything.
And do you want to say, because I listened to quite a few interviews and I didn't hear that in the interview. So do you want to like tell people about what happened to you?
You said almost, right? You said
Almost happened. Yeah, I almost got raped. When I was in WWE, we were overseas, and there was a guy that he wasn't my boyfriend, but I'm just one of these people that like, when I'm just like dating somebody, I like to just date one person at a time to see like, do I like them or whatever. I'm one of those, what is it? Grade A, what is it from Wedding Crashers? The clinger. Like, I'm one of those.
Stage 4 clinger.
Yeah, stage 4 clinger. I'm the stage 4 clinger. And so what had happened is they separated us. And because I was at the ECW, half of us would go with Raw, half of us would go with SmackDown. So when they separated us, there was a group of guys, and they were just like, they straight up said, our goal is to see who can get you now that they separated you guys.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, dude, it's not going to happen. Like, and they're like, he's not even your boyfriend. Like, who cares? I was like, I don't care. Like, I like him. Like, I don't want to hook up with anyone else. So it became this sick game. And then the next thing I know, we're after a show, we're all partying, whatever. And the only reason why I don't say the names right now is because, or haven't yet publicly, is because there's a lot I don't remember, and I don't want to be saying stuff that I don't remember. But I will say this, and I've never said this before, but there was a group of guys, and one of them was Umaga, and when they saw he was getting the most aggressive with me, they left, and he got on top of me, and I just prayed. One of my fears has always been to get raped, because when I was, a little girl, I had some sexual abuse and stuff. So growing up, it was, and then becoming an adult, that was one of my fears. So I just remember I prayed, and he's a big guy. So I was just like, oh my God. And so I was like, Lord, please don't let this happen. Please don't let this happen. And it was one of those things, I swear, like the Lord gave me strength, and I pushed him off of me. He fell to the floor, and he got pissed and like left the room. And then the next thing I can remember is being at the show the next day, and I'm venting to my girlfriend at the time, Melina, about it, not telling anyone else. And one of the guys that was in there yells from across, "Hey, Melina, did you smarten her up yet?" And I was like, smarten me up to what? To keep your mouth shut? So I went right up to his face, and I said, you know what? I didn't tell anyone except her. And then I can't remember the rest of what I said, and I got in his face. And a lot of this I didn't remember until like a couple years ago.
Right.
So
you're
that
like
was
suppressing it.
I was totally suppressing it. And when I remembered it, it's just like a lot of other things, like people confessing to me different things that had happened to them or that they've done that they're not proud of, and kind of going back to like when you're saying you're the journalist or friend, I feel like a lot of my heartbreak in wrestling is thinking that I had these connections with people, and then they would hurt me by not being a good friend or screw me over. But the one thing that like I wouldn't change it for anything is people spill their guts to me, and I think that says something that like maybe they're gonna be jerks to me here and there or catty or whatever, but for people to confess to me the things they do, and that's the thing too, is like when people are like, oh, we need names, and no, people told me things in confidence. It doesn't matter. I always say it's not about the who, it's about the what. This is what happened. The only reason why I'll say in stories, oh, it was a WWE superstar, this is to let people know that these people are getting away because they have a past, because they're a big WWE superstar or whatever.
Plus, like a lot of the people, especially the ladies, they don't want to ruin their spot in the pecking order, though. You know what I mean? That's definitely why they're quiet.
That's the thing. And then people think like, oh, Shelly, she's bitter. She says these things. Like, look, I'm saying that this kind of environment affected me negatively. There's girls that continued or that I still know that are involved in things, but I don't judge them. And that's the thing. I don't judge anybody for anything that they're doing. I'm just saying that this stuff happens. I'll talk about it. And like no one else is. And again, with the rape thing, it was weird that no one said anything. But I went with it. I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm down to talk about whatever.
Damn. Wow. should wrap this interview up right now. Give me some happy times in WWE. Give me something happy.
Okay, happy time.
Oh, actually, before you go happy, let me answer this because it might go.
Something? Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay, let's get deep and then go happy again.
So, in previous interviews, you mentioned Stephanie McMahon. What is your thoughts or relationship like of Stephanie McMahon and how she was at that time?
Well, I always thought it was super cool that Stephanie got to the spot that she did, because I'm an Attitude Era person. Like I was all about the Attitude Era. So to see her kind of be like finding her way through that and everything, and then seeing her whatever, I thought it was really awesome. There's something that I've talked about before, when they would always go back and forth with these like dress codes of like, you can't have booty shorts that are too short when you're out there or whatever. And then sometimes it's okay. So it's real confusing. And so we had a locker room meeting, and Stephanie was talking to all of us girls, and she was just like, you gotta cover up. And she's like Ariel, her ass is always hanging out all the time. And like she kept going back to me and like, with nip slips. Okay, and then we got Ariel. And when she was saying it, I felt the energy in the room feel like, ooh, she's picking on Shelly. But the energy I felt was, yeah, my ass is always out and I have nip slips. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah. So after she was done, she said, I just want to let everyone know I wasn't picking on Ariel. I just know that she's strong enough to take that kind of criticism. And I thought that was so cool. So that's my like thing that stands out with Stephanie. I didn't really have much interaction with her much. The only thing that I would say that's kind of like a negative vibe is when China passed away. I thought that her and Triple H should just not said anything. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's a whole other show.
another show that well.
So that's my kind of
Now, happy times.
happy times.
Give me something happy from WWE. Your wrestling career, something that makes you smile.
Something that makes me smile. Well, here's the thing. You know, I thought it was really awesome that I got to be a character that I just connected with, because I know a lot of people, like, they'll give them a character and they're like, okay, I have to like study what this character is or whatever. So it was really awesome that it was just very natural to me. But what I found the most joy in, and I just was doing a video earlier today for my Patreon, is I'd be on the road and all I would be thinking about are my buddies in Kentucky that I was dying to go hang out with. And I would do stuff on, like when I would be performing, just to make them laugh. Like no one knows what it was about, but I would do these stupid things. Like if you pay attention, a lot of my, when I'm managing Kevin Thorne, a lot of it is Goonie quotes. A lot of it is Karate Kid quotes. I'm just saying it looking like a crazy vampire, so no one's really realizing that I'm going, sweep the leg. So I would do all that because me and my buddies, that's what we would like joke about. So that's just something that like my most fond memories is this group of people that I connected with at that time. Because I think if I didn't have them, that I think the road would have ate me alive, you know? I feel like I had them to kind of remind me of who I am, don't get caught up, and just like hurry up and go to work so then we can all hang out after and just like enjoy ourselves. So there's my happy moment.
Thanks.
Now, you did. This might be sad again. So you did mention you retired. You retired in 2017. You did mention that you had a possible chance of doing Lucha Underground.
Oh.
Now, with your like being a vampire, if Lucha Underground were to contact you for next season, would you do it?
That's a good question.
It depends. I don't want to wrestle, you know.
Okay.
What you want to do? You want to like valet? What you want to do?
Here's the thing. The only reason why I would entertain Lucha Underground is because I thought it would be really awesome if I was able to work with all the like major like things that are going on. And I did a couple of things for them here and there. Like I was a bartender for some scene. You probably can't even recognize me. So I kind of just chalked it up to whatever. But if they were to be like, hey, look, we want to do this thing, it would just depend on what they want me to do.
Okay. So wrestling, definitely not, but something in wrestling you'd be open to depending on the...
Here's the thing with Lucha Underground. When I first saw it, I was just like blown away because before I was a wrestler, I knew that that was my future, but I was already doing like modeling and acting. So when I saw Lucha Underground, I'm like, dude, this looks like what, CSI or something?
Yeah.
Like, this looks awesome. And that's what really made me excited and wanting to try to get in there because I thought, dude, I'm gonna get some good stuff from my reel. The people that are there are typically people that through my career we've all connected and like we've all gotten the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
For not kissing ass or
just following the beat of their own drum.
Yeah. Just like doing the stuff that makes me sick about wrestling. It's like all the people at Lucha Underground seem to be those like misfits. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
So that's why maybe it just depends, but I don't think they will. So I won't hold my breath.
Well, you
never know.
You never know. We have what you want to tell her what our lucky show?
Yeah, usually when we ask somebody to like listen, you say like I want to go on this show, and then we just usually when you come on this show, and then usually it happens like the next week or like 3 weeks later. It's weird.
We're very talented with that. Gosh, there's so much to talk about, and we're like so little time. We have to have you come back.
Do that rapid fire thing.
Yeah, let's hit the rapid fire real quick.
Hit me.
Yeah, Tony.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit you with a bunch of questions. You say the first thing that comes to your mind. So, always early or always late?
Late.
Last person you text?
My boyfriend.
If you were to watch one horror movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Psycho.
What is the one thing you love about yourself?
That I didn't sell my soul to the devil.
That's a good one. Dream dinner guest.
I'll take that one.
Because that summed up a lot of things.
Yeah.
So.
Dream dinner guest?
I'm sorry?
Dream dinner guest.
Alive or dead?
Either way. Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe.
Who would play you in a movie?
I don't know. I don't know. And then the music. I'm having a panic attack.
Okay, well, let's skip that one. Last TV show you binge watched?
Trailer Park Boys.
And if you were a color in a crayon box, what color would you be?
Blue.
And if you were on death row, what would be your last meal?
Sushi and pizza.
Boom. Let's hit that star of the week real quick.
Oh, dang. Dang, girl. Hold on. Hold on. I'm having technical difficulties. I was in the zone.
You was in the zone?
I did. This interview was very
there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
we need
I'm
more
sure
time.
we're getting in a lot of trouble as well.
That was some good stuff. Our women's wrestling star of the week is Miko Satomura, who you may remember from this year's Mae Young Classic. She had 2 amazing matches with Killer Kelly in round 1 and Mercedes Martinez in round 2 to advance on. The 23-year veteran got her start in the all-female promotion via Japan on April 15, 1995, defeating Sonoko Kato. She appeared at AAW and won the singles championship twice. In 1996, Satomura started appearing for World.
And a lot of other stuff is being featured on powerslam.tv. I just got to check out this app. It's absolutely crazy. So any indie promotion that you can think of, because if you're wondering like, oh, I want to see this promotion, and I want to see this promotion, and they have subscriptions, or you can't find it on YouTube, definitely go and check it out. It's amazing. So powerslam.tv. They have an app there for you, all that good stuff.
Dope.
Last week's poll, which friend of the show are you most excited to see from WoW? We have Katarina, which is at 36%, Kira Hogan, 54%,
She's popular, man.
Lana Star, 10%, and Dagger, 1%. We're going to see all of them, sooner or later. This week's poll is Bound for Glory is this week. Who do you have, Tessa Blanchard or Taya Valkyrie? You know who we have because friend of the show. Where can everybody find you?
Is this when I can look here?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can find me at shellymartinez.net, on my Patreon, where I have lots of fun stuff. Patreon.com/Shelly Martinez. Of course, there's my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shelly Martinez channel. I almost messed up my own link there. And on the Instagram, Shelly from Kelly. Twitter, Shelly from Kelly, and on the Snap, where I tell lots of jokes, Shelly from Kelly, the number 4. Why? Because Shelly from Kelly was taken by me before, and I don't have access to that old email, so I had to put number 4.
There you go. I feel like Snapchat's like for the dedicated. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, you have to be like dedicated to Snapchat to be on there. WrestleCade is November 23rd to 25th, so definitely last promotion. So if you want to see Shelly, definitely go and check her out because she ain't gonna be. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Where can they find you, Mr. America's Chocolate Sweetheart?
Yeah, Evan T. Mac, Instagram and Twitter. Put yourself over, sister.
Oh, wow.
Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, AfterBuzz TV, Wrestling and Sports. Definitely give us some thumbs up. iTunes, 5 stars. Leave all those comments. I am working on free stuff. There's like good stuff happening. So definitely thank you guys for your dedication. Joseph Bosa, all those folks.
DJ Tony.
Yeah, we're going to make some of you guys general managers of the show because you guys are doing such a good job.
Especially Bosa.
I know, right? Twitter and Instagram, follow us on WPW Weekly. Follow us on AfterBuzz TV. Thank you to Leslie. She does all the social media stuff for Instagram. She's been doing an amazing job. You're going to be seeing her more. Other than that, you can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. We know there are a lot of podcasts out there, but you choose to watch this one, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet, Women's Wrestling Weekly, and we thank you for that. I am working diligently hard to get you free stuff, so just keep hanging with us and tell 5 friends about it, and just tweet us about it, and we're going to shout you out. Other than that, thank you so much for coming on the show. We have to have you on again because
Oh my goodness,
I
yes.
still have, I literally got
Yeah,
through
I
like
had
3
like-
questions
yeah, I had
and I
like-
had 25.
I had a lot too.
So
I talk a lot too, so anytime you guys
It
let
went
me
off
know.
to a good interesting
yeah,
point.
and then do you live close by?
Oh, yes,
Oh yeah,
very
you live
close.
close by. So now you can be like a
Like a
special
weekly
guest host.
guest.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we'll talk about
let's
that.
do
all
it,
that.
yes.
Other than that, we will see you guys next week. Ciao.
Bye.
From executive producers Kevin Undergaro, Maria Menounos, Phil Svitek, producer TK Trinidad, and me, Mark Donica, your voice of AfterBuzz TV Wrestling, we ask you to rate and comment on iTunes, subscribe to AfterBuzz Wrestling on YouTube, and find us on all social media. Thank you for watching Women's Pro Wrestling Weekly. See you next week.